Hello students, today we will discuss about the second poem of class 12th, that is an elementary school classroom in a slum. It is written by Stephen Spender, and first we came to know about the poet. Stephen Spender, he was an English poet and an essayist also. He left University College Oxford without taking a degree and went to Berlin in 1913. He took a keen interest in politics and declared himself to be a socialist and pacifist. Books of Spender, there are many poem books, poems of dedication, the edge of being, the creative element, the struggle of modern and an autobiography, word within word, full stop after full stop, in an elementary school classroom in a slum. He has concentrated on themes of social injustice and class inequalities. So we have to start our poem, and at first stanza we'll read the stanza first. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces like rootlet weeds, the hair torn round their pallor. The tall girl with her weight down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes, the stunted, unlucky hairs of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnarled disease. His lesson from his desk at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes live in a dream of squirrels scream in tree room other than this. So first we come to know about the word meaning of this stanza. The first meaning is gusty. Gusty means we can call it stormy. Gusty means stormy. Next word meaning is next word meaning is torn round. Torn round means scattered. Scattered all over. Next is weighed down. Weighed down means being depressed. Being depressed. Next is paper seeming. Paper seeming boy means a boy is as thin as a paper. Next is Granald. Granald disease. Granald means something that can be identified with the knots that we tie in the string. So let's move on to the explanation of this stanza. In these lines describing the miserable condition of the slum children, the poet said that these children are not like usual students because they are far away from the nature. They look weak and hungry. They are like the plants without roots. These children looks like they are lifeless. They are not wanted in the society. We don't like as we don't like the weeds in our garden. That's why the poet says that these children are not wanted in the society. There is a tall girl who is very depressed in the class. Her head is down under the burden of her sad thoughts. She is physically and mentally tired because of her poverty. Other students of the class are not in better condition. than the girl. There is a boy who is sitting in the class is as thin as a paper. He is very weak because he does not get proper nourishment in his food. He has big eyes like that of a rat. There is another boy in the class who has inherited the disease of his father, that is arthritis. Because of this disease, he did not grow properly and his bones are twisted also. He has very weak voice. There is another sweet boy sitting at the back of the class. He is unnoticed till now and he was watching the squirrel playing in a tree outside the window of his classroom. We will move on to the next stanza. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized dome, riding all cities, belt flory, Tarlos's valley, open-handed map, awarding the world its word. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, were all their future painted with a fog. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers caps and stars of words. So, in this stanza, the poet wants to tell us the condition of the classroom. We look at the word meaning of this stanza. Sour cream walls. Sour cream walls means the color of the wall that is yellowish because it is painted a long time ago. So the color of the wall is sour cream. Okay, now the next thing in the class is Shakespeare's head. That is a picture of Shakespeare, or we can say a portrait of Shakespeare is hanging on the wall. Next is civilized dome. Civilized dome means an institution which is a symbol of civilization. Next is belt. Belt means having belts. Having belts. Next meaning is Tyrolese Valley. Tyrolese Valley is a place in the Troy in the Austrian Alpine province. Next is word at his word. So the word, its word means giving as a reward, as the word that is a portion. So let's move on to the explanation of this stanza. In these lines, the poet says that the classroom is dirty. It is not a good atmosphere. The walls are pale and give an unpleasant feeling. There are some names of the people on the walls who gave some donations to the school. There is a picture of Shakespeare on the wall. The picture of some big domes in the city and their things, these things present the quality of life of those people, how they are living in their society. In another picture, the early morning is shown, which is cloudless. There is a picture of beautiful Tyrolese Valley. It is a region in Austrian Alpine province filled with flowers. There is a world map hanging on the wall in the classroom, and the map has divided all the living beings into the countries and into the small cities, and give these children a glimpse of the world. But all these things are useless for these children. The world, the sea on the wall, the world they see on the wall in the picture is not related to their own world. Unfortunately, their world is painted with fog, the fog of hopelessness and hunger, but their future is not sure and it may be filled with darkness. The real world is far away from them because they cannot feel the real world in their present life. So the third stanza is: surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting to steal for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes, from fog to endless night. On their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel with mended glass, like bottle bits on stones. All of their time and their space are foggy slum. So plot their maps with slum as big as tomb. So let's move on to the explanation of this stanza. The poet tells that the picture of Shakespeare is wicked because it is meaningless for the children in the slum school. There is no quality education in their school, and their school will never learn, in their school, they will never learn about Shakespeare's work. The map, that is also a bad example because their classroom is the whole world for them. There is no world beyond their poverty, hunger, and hopelessness. The beautiful world with beautiful things like sun, ship, love, and care are not real to them because they cannot have all these worldly things. They lived in a small houses, in their small houses, with gloom, hunger, and despair also. Their bodies look like a heap of garbage. Their bones can be seen from outside their body. The spectacles which they are wearing look like broken pieces of a bottle. The life of these children is destroyed in this slum. So the poet is saying that plot their maps with slums as big as doom because the real problem of these children is their slum. So the last stanza of this poem is: unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs break break upon till they break the town and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure as gold on gold sands and let their tongues run naked into the books, the white and green leaves open. History theirs, whose language is the sun. So let's move on to the word meaning. The first one is in this stanza catacombs, that is underground graves that we can see in the graveyards. So the poet is talking about the underground grave. Next is azure. Azure means bright blue color, like sky, like clear sky. Bright blue color, like clear sky. Next is gold sand. Gold sand, the sand on a beach. The sand of a beach is called gold sand. So let's move on to the explanation. In these lines, the poet tells that the condition of these children will not improve unless government officials like governor, inspector, or the educationist visit such schools and come forward to help them. The poet wants the civilized people may put these children out of their condition. They should offer these children a better world so that their world would be better and they would be in a better condition. The windows which confine their hopes and dreams must be broken. It means they have to come out of their slum school so that they can see beautiful things around them which they haven't seen yet. And that's why the poet says that we have to break all the windows that stops or check them. The poet desires that these children should be allowed to run freely in an open ground and on the golden sand under a clear sky, that they can feel free. They should be allowed to have quality education, and the poet feels that only education can help them because history is written by those only whose language has warmth and energy of sun. It means that they have to retain their energy and being bright like a brightful sun. So students, I hope you will understand this poem. Thank you.